Okay, let me get myself together. Hello, hello. Let me help myself with the light. Was it what I wanted? I'll leave it be. Hello, hello. Welcome to Leap Taken. Welcome to Leap Taken. I'm Mika, and here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. Y'all, I have been out and about in my spooky season shirt because I claimed this energy early, but we're going to get into it today. So I have a random mini haul that I did. Um, that's all I got is random. But before I get to the little items, I want to talk about the books I got. So the first one is this book. I'm in the process of reading it, so I can't really review it yet, but so far so good. It's a short book. The thing is, it's about 200 pages. I should be done like in another probably couple days. I'll be done this book. But I like it so far, if that helps. If you were wondering about the book, yeah, it's inspiring creativity through magic, how to ritualize your art and attract the creative spirit. And even though you see paintbrushes and things like that on here and pens, it's not just about like that type of art. Whatever your art is, it doesn't have to be a painting or you write, or it could be those things. So just to be clear, it's about creativity. So that's why I identify with this book. Another book that I got, not Amazon, by the way, another book that I got, and actually one of my cousin sisters told me about this book. So it's 2023. Yes, we're in July, so we're almost done trying to get the light on this. First of all, it's beautiful. The book is absolutely beautiful. It's a diary, but the way I see it, I'm Miss Sticker Queen. I can renumber the pages from January to July, and I can go ahead and just start using it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Um, I'm going to just show you what July looks like. This I knew it was going to be beautiful because she showed it to us, but my goodness, like this is the inside of the book. So it's taking a goddess to start with and gives you some information. There's some prompts, and it's a diary. You just basically write. That's all. It's just a simple diary. So yeah, and each month is like a different color. So yeah. Anyway, this is September, and then December is like really pretty. So yeah, this is the book. This is a diary, and it's goddessy, witchy, and I like the way it looks a lot, and I can't wait to start getting into it. And I just got this, so I haven't started anything yet, but this is the book, back cover, inside. Yeah, it's pretty colors. It's a really nice book. But it says here 2023 Moon Goddess Diary, Northern Hemisphere, A Year's Journey of Love, Connection, and Support, A Journey Back to You by Nikki Garoko. I'm not sure how to say this woman's name. I don't want to butcher it. Hopefully, you see that. And this is by Astria Taylor, by the way. If you aren't, she wrote one of my favorite books, um, Intuitive Witchcraft. So she's been on my radar since then. So those are the books. And it's kind of non-witchy item. I got this at Five Below. I'm going to start with that haul. So they have back to school stuff out right now. So this is like a desk pad organizer. Excuse me, desk mat organizer. So it has pockets. You can see kind of on the cover here. They show you how to use it. But I need to replace my pink one that I have, and this is only for $5, so that's why I grabbed it. So I can put things here. This is really kind of cool for me. So I'm going to replace my all pink color one. I have another one that has these cute little moon signs. I think I need to probably replace that soon, but I'm just going to replace it with the same kind because I like that print. And while I was there at Five Below, they do have keychains with your zodiac sign. So I think this is probably backwards, but it says Aries. That's my sun sign. And it does give you some information. There's this passionate, motivated, confident leader. That would be Aries. So this was only 350. It's not $5 at Five Below. I love the colors. So definitely had to get this. I didn't even know I mean, maybe they always had it. It's new to me. I happen to be over in that section looking for something. And because it's Five Below, I can't leave without getting a t-shirt. And I made sure to get an extra large one because whenever I get a shirt from there, it shrinks a little bit. And at first it's okay, and then it's not. But this is the shirt. Let me make sure you can see that. Yeah. So it says mystical life, love, willpower, balance, intuition, ambition, mysticism. At the top, it has the elements earth, water, fire, air, and I got an extra large. So, and I'm a t shirt girl, as you can tell. I like a good romper or a t shirt. And really, like, that's what I wear. I'm at home. So I like to be comfortable. So I like a nice cotton t shirt, a romper. First of all, it's so hot here. I am in Arizona, Phoenix area. It is ridiculously hot. Just know that. So you want something breathable or darn near naked. So I do have one short, so the legs are out. Usually it's legs, this, I'm out, but I wanted to wear my shirt, so I put this on today. So let's get into some witchy stuff besides the shirt and the keychain. Let's get into this. This is for Michael's. This is for Michael's. It is a cauldron. It is, what is this material? So it's like they tell you not to burn anything in it. It says it's a floral container. So it's like, but someone I know said if you put foil down, like a layer of foil, you could like burn things in here. I don't know exactly, but um it's like where the legs are, there's holes in there if you can see as well. So I can use this as a planter. Maybe, I don't know, I'm thinking about it, but this was 24, no, this was 19.99. So this is $20 at Michael's. I had a 20% off coupon that I used toward this, by the way. I'm just want to take a look at this, make sure I got this right. Um, yeah, Cauldron. So I end up getting it for 15.99. So if you go to the Michaels app, you'll get a 20% off coupon, and yeah, it works. I got, yeah, 20% off. So it took $4 off. So for $15, you can get this. And if you look at, like, think about the possibilities of this. You can paint this if you want. You could put symbols on it. You could put your sigils on it. I'm thinking about doing something like that. I don't know if I want to keep it plain. I think I might make this more decorative. Um, so of course you can put, plant something in here. You could put fake flowers if you want. Um, Herbs, or herbs already like in a pot and you can put in here. This could just be purely decorative if you like. You can I know some people put like you can make it look like it's bubbling over, decorated for Halloween. This is the biggest one. They have a smaller one actually in there as well, but I wanted to get this one because I really wanted it. The thing about it is I think I'm going to go ahead and put something on the bottom, um, and actually use it sort of like a cauldron. I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to figure out. I just knew I had to have it though. And for $15, it's not bad. Even if it's just if I use it as a planter for one of my many plants over here, because I did need something. Actually, the problem is I would want to see. mm, that's not going to work because it has the legs, and I like my water to drain. So I got to think this out, or maybe I'll put the. I don't know. I'm thinking about that. I was really thinking about using this as a potted plant, for my potted plants. I'm not sure. If you have any ideas, let me know. If you're catching this on a replay, because I don't think anybody's really here yet, let me know. But this is the possibilities. Also, you can use this, for honestly just potpourri. Do people do potpourri anymore? Yes, they do because I saw it sold somewhere. But think about it. You can put something on the bottom. You can have that just for that effect, and a magical potpourri. So a mixture of herbs and roots and other things. You can use this for never actually burning or putting anything wet in it. It could be affirmations. Maybe you put cards in here, index cards, and pick one out. Um, oh my gosh, I'm just thinking of possibilities. I was also thinking of this thing of like handwritten spells like in envelopes or something and putting them in here and taking it out and like, you ever see like Deborah Blake wrote a book, Everyday Magic or something like that. It's like spells for every day. Like you can do something like that. I don't know, just like maybe do it for like a month or something. Words of affirmation, a quick spell, all sorts of stuff that can go in here. I'm thinking of things that are a little bit more different and unique besides of how you would normally do a cauldron. Um, I mean, uh, you can technically just have a candle sitting in here. You can have incense sitting in here and it comes out. Um, as well, like put it on something else, and then of course the smoke would be coming out. So that's another way of using this. But I just like the color, like in the sunlight, it's kind of like a gray black, and I really like the way it looks. And it's just pottery, basically. But yeah, I also like the idea of putting like some sort of a symbol here. So I know I'm gonna probably do that. Probably put like my leap taken symbol here, and a sigil on the back. Um, but I am loving this, even if it's nothing but to put another small cauldron in here just for the effects of it all. I don't know. But I love this so much, and I probably will go back when I can and get some of the smaller ones and have those for different reasons as well. But yes, this is so cute. It's so cute. And just to put it, I'm trying to put it in perspective. Like, this is my hand, it covers it. So, size wise, I don't know. I like it a lot. So, there's that. I saw that and I knew I was going to get it. So, Michael's right now is having 70% off sale on like the non-fall stuff. They've already brought a lot of fall stuff out. There's some Halloween stuff at my Michael's, and there's also like I said, fall. There's more fall than anything. Florals, they have, home decor stuff, all that sort of stuff. But if you want to get some things, now I'm a girl who loves a good lantern. So I picked this up, right? Let me get to the price for this lantern. This is the bigger one. They have smaller ones. I was trying to decide if I was going to go back. This was no, this was $12. So it was marked down. Um, it was $39.99, and I got it for $12. So that makes me feel very happy. So anyway, this is the lantern. So just think of the possibilities of what you can do with this. It could be purely decorative. You can actually use this for spell work. So you have a little latch here. But just think spells where you want to contain something. Think of that sort of stuff. Maybe, you have a doll or a figure in the likeness of someone. You can keep it in here. That way they can see out, but they can't get out. And you can even fix something on here where it kind of looks like a little mini lock through the latch. I'm just thinking of possibilities here. But yeah, you can definitely do that. Or you can just simply put a candle. There's an outlet at the top. You can definitely put a large candle in here. That's how it's meant to be used as a lantern. But for us witchy folk, a black candle, some black candle magic. Oh, but I was immediately thought about like a doll or whatever the likeness of someone or something, or even if it's for yourself. Let's say you are dealing with um there are certain attributes and characteristics about yourself that you really would like to just kind of cut out. Prime example, you struggle with, seeing things through. You have these grandiose ideas to do certain things, start a project. I'm speaking for myself, and you're for whatever reason you haven't followed through. So you struggle with that. So it's something like this. And by the way, this is what the inside looks like. They got that on top. It feels like you can almost put something on top of here too. I mean, I probably wouldn't because it would burn the handle, but you could anyway. Um, you can. make this as elaborate as you want. Put spell, your ingredients for your spell, whatever that looks like. Maybe it's an actual candle in here, and maybe there's a letter or something like that. You can also set up, if you're in a process of working on something, you want to manifest it, and it's like in this glass. So, like, I'm thinking if you're me, I know I'm trying to do this like really big thing where I'm trying to draw in this whole different situation for myself. I don't want to talk too much about it, but I can put imagery like, let's say it was like a house or something. You could get like a small little figurine house or something, or even just a picture, and set up like a little vignette situation in here for something you're manifesting. So that way you can always see it. Think of it like a 3D vision board come to life. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. That's how I plan on using it. Ooh, there we go. So, yep, that's just one of the things. I like that idea a lot as well, um, for something that you want to bring to you and you can always see it. And then you can even make it a ritual thing. In the mornings when you wake up, you open it, and at night you close it, that sort of thing. So there's that, the lantern. And of course, you can just use it as a lantern, right? So I got, because everything's on 70% off, I picked this up. So that all the little fairy houses and structures. So this is perfect for the Fae that I work with in my home. So I just look at this. Isn't this cute? It's like a little tent set up. It goes all the way around. This is the bottom. So this is perfect. So this is definitely something I'm putting in my house. And then I saw a little fairy. So that's what she looks like. Now I am going to paint her in full disclosure. Okay. So as you can see, my skin is brown. Um, I'm okay. Okay, I'm one of those people. It weirds me out a little bit to see a bunch of white people like figurines and images in my home. Um, I'm not saying I can't have any white people imagery in my home. I'm just saying it kind of, oh, something seems odd about that. So I, I I'll be painting her brown. It's just a thing that I have. Um, yeah, I don't know if that's, I don't know. I mean, am I wrong? Is that, I don't think I'm wrong. No, well, it doesn't matter if I'm wrong. It's in my house, right? But anyway, so I got her, and I'm gonna nestle her in here because I just think this is so cute. But I don't think that's odd because I watch, different content, especially around magic and fairies and stuff like that. And the one thing I notice is those who like will have figurines of the fae or a little fairy like this, they'll be, a white person and they'll be showing it and it's no big deal. So I don't think it would be a big deal for me to relate to one with the appearance of brown skin, right? That's how I see it. Like, how it's normal and regular for them. Well, that will be normal and regular for me. I'm just going to correct, because they don't give those options in the store because why would a black person need to see that, right? Why would you want that? I guess that's the point. I don't know. But I'm gonna, heads up, I should have probably mentioned earlier, this is gonna be a shorter live because I actually have to go. But a couple things I want to talk about as I kind of re-go through some of the stuff that I got. Um, First off, there is there's so much stuff going on in the news right now. Okay, I know there's like a really big story that's not actually on the news, but it's through all social media about that poor young lady who is missing. There's that. I'm not going to really go too much into that because I would want to be constructive and add something to that, and I would like to try to see what I can add to that. So, if you are a witch and you are blessed with the gifts of being psychic or highly intuitive, um, let's use our powers if we can. Let's see if we can find something. And even if you just get on social media and say, "Hey, I don't this is what spirit told me," and you start sharing that, just do that, right? It doesn't hurt anybody. And if you have concrete, evidence in your, or you believe it's concrete evidence that, you really know where this a missing or for this person or anybody for that matter, go ahead and come forward with that. But what I do want to talk about is, it is not being talked about. I just saw one person mention it. Hi, Dylan. is that we've already heard about in the news like aliens and stuff like that. So like we have all this crazy town happening in our world right now, right? With politics and these politicians and just the foolishness, aka Florida, Texas, and now Arizona. Unfortunately, our representative said something ridiculous recently. Um, Aliens. So you realize like this isn't like some conspiracy thing. Like actual real Congress folk and representatives are trying to make it legal a law so that they share this information with us. UFO, aliens, politics, Hollywood, exactly. And then okay, the writer strike. Oh my god. Oh, there's so much happening right now. But the alien situation. Remember the aircraft, that they shot down and we were speculating it was aliens? Well, they're pretty much saying it's aliens. Like, it was in a legitimate newspaper. Like, what? It's one thing for us to sit around with our conspiracy theories and have these conversations and know that they are hiding this information from us. It's another thing when legitimate politicians and names are like, yeah, we need to be able to make this information public. We need to, like they want access to this information as well. They want to declassify it. That's basically what it is. They're putting in their complaint or petition or whatever to declassify the information. So that's a thing. Um, wow. Like, I mean, I never thought we were here alone. Um, and we don't know. Here's the thing, we have these conversations, and the assumption is that, oh, well, they shot the aircraft down. So whomever, whatever being was on board, must be dead. We don't know that. We don't know that. So, you know how we hear these okay, prime example, remember on TikTok, um, the CEO of TikTok had to go to Washington and defend TikTok. um, yeah, remember the foolishness? Remember the hot takes? Remember all of the different politicians from all these different states and just how stupid they sounded? Remember that? Remember all of our lawmakers? Think of all of them. Um, and then you had like the head of military and different armed forces and stuff like that. They were there. Like, I want you to really think about that. These are the people in charge. These are the people in charge. The older I've gotten, I realize, oh, there it is. You want to believe that they're all smarter. They sounded very boomer. Yes, boomer, but like, because I know some people who are boomers who want to be in the know. Listen, they might struggle with some of the things and don't get it all, but at least they're trying. They're trying to, know the technology. My mom is one of those people. She like, my mom is like out there. She's on a different social media apps, including TikTok. Um, Instagram, obviously the book face or face, the Facebook or the book face for the confused ones. But no, she keeps up with technology. She keeps up with like different technology, like on phones and how to do certain things. Traveling, like she in the know, she in the now, and she's in her 60s. So, it my grandmom is still alive and she's in her 80s. This woman doesn't know anything, has no interest. Well, we passed that point. She got memory issues, but even before then, she was totally against like learning something new. I remember one of our family members purchased a computer for her. Only thing she did on the computer was play solitaire. That's all she was going to do, and she never figured out how to do anything else. Email over her head. Never figured it out. People survive plane crashes all the time. Exactly. So aliens could survive. Plus, we don't know their biology. Exactly. It's all classified information. I feel like that is the biggest thing. Everything else is stupid and wrong. And I can't stand all these politicians. I is borderline hate. And I really wish we would bring back wishing death on people and their families because that's where I'm at right now because you guys are over here with this crazy stuff. Like, I don't care about anything else. Please don't talk to me about trans anything right now. How they're going in the bathrooms. Why are you worrying about who going to the bathroom? This is so stupid. Aliens. have arrived, or they were already here and they've made contact, they've come back, whatever the situation is. I don't know, because they won't let us know. Now we also know why they won't let us know, because we live in a world with people who take their Bibles literally, and they take the Quran literal. Well, I want to get into that, but you know what I mean. The fact that in Saudi Arabia right now, is it Afghanistan or Saudi Arabia? I think it's Afghanistan. I'm not sure which one it is. The whole thing, they took away, like, women can't even operate beauty parlors anymore. They can't have they can't have a business. Um, that's where we are now. We're focusing on that. So when you have people who are making laws, men who are making these laws to keep the only other group that is in their species down, like, that's the focus. But there's aliens here. To me, the aliens trump all that, because it flies in the face of everything, any religious doctrine. At least for us witches and us pagan folk, we never said that there weren't any other beings. We just know that we're here on this planet. We talk about traveling through different realms. We're fully accepting and open to different realms. That's just exactly, we're open to that. We get that there's different beings that exist. If you are open to the concept of primordial beings still existing, but just on a different realm, aka dragons, then this isn't foreign. This isn't a crazy concept. It doesn't scare you. It doesn't make you feel like, well, then is God real? Like, we don't think like that, because we're already open minded. But for the other ones who can't evolve from something written by men, and no matter how many times you tell them, men wrote this, men revised it, men translated it, none of this is coming from some holy figure. You can scream it, you can say it quietly, you can write it out, you can sign it out. They will not listen. And that's frustrating, because something, the biggest news in the world, in our time, in all the lifetimes, um, in recorded time, is happening. And, like, it's whatever, we're worrying about, don't say gay in Florida. Like, this is so stupid. I don't care if it's a religious doctrine, but a religion shouldn't be oppressing a woman or anyone. And my thing is, we are all people. Do you, like, sometimes I'm thinking, and I know that I really struggle the line between being respectful to people, because I want people to be respectful of me. But I almost can handle the person coming up to me and saying, I'd rather you be the person saying, how do you know what you believe in is real? It's all just made up. You're heavily influenced by Disney. None of this stuff is real. I can I can have a dialogue with somebody who's like an atheist, essentially. I can have a dialogue with that, even if they got disrespectful. I got something for them, for the most part. And then I would just walk away. But anybody that's not atheist and you're part of the whole, any of those, the big three, I don't, there's no rational point usually that you can come to, not if they consider themselves devout. Um, there's no middle ground, because everything that you believe in has everything to do with my oppression. And if, and no matter how you look at it, like, it's root, my oppression is part of that. And I'm not gonna separate that. Listen, I mean, most of us, who are witches, I got whole majority of my family would identify as Christian, and I regret that. I regret that for them. I agree about the atheist versus religious conversations. Yeah, I can all day, I could do a conversation with them, but mm-mm, because they just keep spewing the same thing, and it's like, well, if I'm telling you that I find the very book that you base everything off of is invalid, and I don't see that as a middle ground, stop quoting from the book. I'm going to bring out a whole series of Harry Potter and start bringing that up. I'm going to bring out a whole series of um, Practical Magic, the before, the sequel, and the prequel. I'm gonna talk from that like that is like legit facts. Like I'm gonna do that if you continue. Okay, I'm gonna take like my book here and I'm gonna say, well, these are scriptures. So yeah. And I'm going to go from that. By the way, this is very interesting because that's kind of what she's talking about in this book of being influenced by like muse or spirit that can come through and can kind of help you get into your creativity, especially if you're writing something. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I think we all can kind of agree with that. Like, you ever get really lost in some sort of art that you're doing, whether it's writing, whether it's just creating something, and you kind of just get lost in it. And you kind of, when it's done or when you're just exhausted, you kind of come out of it and it's like, oh, holy crap, like I did, I did all this. So I get how spirit can come through and can influence you, but everything that was written and the time that it was written in, shoot, we still have people write bigoted, sexist men today. Isn't it horrible? That's the one thing that stayed true through human history. Like sexism, 100%. Um, Damn, gosh. Can we focus on aliens? I think that patriarchy and matriarchy can be good, but it's when it goes too far, right? My thing is leave people alone, and just because they don't live like you, it's okay. Like that's my biggest thing. You don't have to live like me. Look at this. Look at this. So this is a little fairy. So I was gonna have her sitting out like this. Isn't this adorable? This is so cute. So the little fairy, I didn't say how much this was. So the little fairy was $2.39. So it was marked down. It was $7.99. So isn't this so cute? I'm trying to appease the fae. This is kind of why I don't believe in a utopia. No, I don't think. I mean, again, as you age and as you just continue to live, I don't think there is such a thing. In the same way, just within us, as humans, right? Like is there ever a long lasting utopia just with your energies? You were never in a state that would be considered utopia, right? Just like from a energetic point of view. Sometimes you're here, sometimes you're there, sometimes you're here, sometimes you're all the way down here. So I mean, if we can't get that within ourselves, how in the world do we execute that as a collective? I don't think there's even one subject that every human can agree on. No, my thing is I can agree to disagree, except when it comes to um, my rights to exist safely and freely. Then I can't. That's where I struggle. I struggle. I don't. You know what? I saw a car when I was out actually at Michael's, and it was a nice little SUV, and I was looking at it because I like the color. And then I happened to see the bumper stickers on the car. I had just pulled up in the parking lot, so they were backing in, and I was just kind of getting myself ready to get out into this heat. So I'm, getting myself, and I saw the car, and I saw them backing into the spot in front of me, so that's why I could see it so clearly. The bumper stickers, um, like F Biden, Go Brandon, and it was some other stuff I don't want to get into. It's just weird. And I'm like, why are you people like this? Like what do you expect? Like, I don't know, to just live in this constant state of just like riled up, petty, hate filled. It's so that energy is not good for you. Like those people, and there's so many of them. Like, how can you live in a utopia? And then we have the others who are just walk around ignorant. Do you know how many people, including your favorite celebrity, they are just oblivious to what's going on? Like they hear it, like it's in a peripheral, but they don't want to focus on it because it's like, oh, well, I don't care. I can't focus on that right now. And I'm out here, doing my thing. And they just ignore everything that's going on. And I'm not saying that you need to be watching 24-hour news cycles or consuming every piece of news that comes out because we now, the people who own the major media news outlets, are definitely not, ever going to let us hear the truth. That's why they hate TikTok and other places, and even here, to some degree, where we get to openly discuss things, but without being censored. I don't know. Just the ignorance is bliss. I mean, I get it because it is bliss to just stay woefully ignorant about what's happening in the world, but at the same time, you'll never see it coming, it being whatever the next catastrophe is. I mean, I really do believe that, and I've been saying this since 2020. And okay, so if you want to talk about messages, downloads that I've received, and the one download message I received is that these they trying to put us in slavery. They are trying to put us in slavery, and who's us? Definitely us, me, us, and then the poor ones, the poor. You can be white, but if you're poor, you can go ahead and join us. Um, yeah, they're trying to enslave us. I and I know some people say it's already slavery now. I don't think you understand. No, the real the other kind, like chattel slavery. It'll be a modern new age kick to it, but it will still feel like chattel slavery. Um, Work camps. I know they're already building them so that you won't own anything. You won't be able to ever afford to own anything. Um, and the landowners and the people who control the money, the very the top up or 1% or what have you, will continue to control everything, but in a way that they would really like. And you can consume. They'll give you enough money to buy things, but that's it. Good, bad, justice, etc., have changed throughout human history. So how can you believe in a utopia, right? 333. Oh, I missed that. Out of touch celebrity, even film critics are out of touch. I know. It's like, first of all, I can do more than one thing. I can have several thoughts and feel different things about these thoughts. Like I can be incredibly excited that I found this cauldron at Michael's, and that can delight me and make me super happy. And I can revel in that and just be so happy. I can wear my spooky season shirt and I can get my energy up high and feel really good. At the same time, I can feel deep sorrow and pain over the fact that I know how freakishly hot it is right now, and the earth itself is warming up, and all across the country it's super super hot, and we have record numbers of people who are homeless, who are struggling, and here in Phoenix, you got people, they removed all those like little camps that people had set up, which was their home. um, and I know everybody can't go into a shelter. So that hurts me. That hurts so bad because I know I just walked from the car to the store and it was so freaking hot. Like I've been here now for 4 years and this is the hottest it's ever felt consistently. Like every day it's just freaking hot. It's like well over 100 degrees every day. Um, and part of me feels like, well, I know these people, and especially if I drive through Phoenix. I mean, or actually, I don't have to go through Phoenix, but honestly, Scottsdale. And you see people, asking for money, and they're homeless, and I'm like, dang, like am I any better? Because I'm just driving by. I'm not saying, hey, get in the car. Do you want some cool air? Because I'm terrified, because I don't know what the situation is. But in my heart, I'd love to be able to do something like that. Slavery is definitely still happening, but not shackles and chains. No, I think they want to bring that back. How about take all those empty houses and buildings and use them to house the homeless? Like we could convert these shopping malls that nobody's really shopping at anymore. These office buildings that they keep forcing people to want to come to, people can't afford. Let me tell you, if once upon a time 20 an hour was good, 17 an hour, you was going to be all right if you made 17 an hour. Let's just be honest. And then it's not. Like, I looked at the real numbers, living here. The median house price in our state is like $400,000. So if most of the people are making around 40 something, 50,000 a year, how the heck? You can't get no $400,000 house. How am I even saving? Because the rent is too high. I looked at some. I was trying to convince a friend to maybe consider moving out here. So I looked at a one bedroom, and it's a new construction, new area. But it was just barely under 700 square feet. They wanted $1,700 a month. $1,700 a month. And that's not a crazy number. And here's where it gets crazy because if you're in Phoenix and he's like, well, I might have to live in a not so great neighborhood because that's all I can afford. Fun fact, they're charging you a lot of money too. They're not saying, oh, it's hard to find anything really under $1,000 now. Um, but if on average we're making about 40 something $1,000, how is this not like who is this for? And then, people are living together in roommate situations. Like, it's a lot of people living together. Like, you have couples and they have a roommate, and then maybe another couple, they're all together. There's nothing going on. They're just, trying to survive. Like I said, I can have multiple thoughts going on. I'm just like the state of things is just, it's so bad, and it, I don't really even know anymore what to do. I'd like to use my magic in a way that is more effective, sending out healing energy to those who are lost, whether it's because of addiction, which I mean, can you blame people with high rises like where we are with it as far as addiction rates right now? I mean, it's so difficult. Everybody can't work an office job. Everybody can't even do the freaking job that pays them 40 something $1,000 a year. Some people just can't do that. They're not going to be able to work in an office. They don't have, for whatever reason, so they might have to do something more, labor focused, manual. And then they're really not going to pay you any real money for that. My dad tells me kind of frequently that he wishes he got paid 15 an hour for his job while growing up. I always roll my eyes. He would, oh yeah. Sometimes I mention, okay, get it, okay, bills, etc. Then you can come back and tell me, yeah. Let me tell you something. Once upon a time, when I to put this in perspective, when 1994, yeah, I think it was 1994. I was living in New Haven, Connecticut. I made $8 and change as a receptionist at a law firm. I was going to school full time. I got my own apartment. I just got a part time job at IHOP on the weekend to make up the difference. And I had enough money to pay my rent, and I had a car payment and car insurance, and paid my utility bills. By no means was I rich. Like, yeah, I was, it was tight. It was tight, but I was able to do that. $8 and change. Um, to make $10 an hour would have been awesome at one job. Um, 15 an hour would have been really great. The crazy part is that everything else went up in price, but do you know there are places that still want to pay you? As of 6 years ago, my daughter worked at Starbucks and they wanted to pay her $8 and change an hour. And I was like, are you serious? $8? Yeah, she worked, that was like her first like real job. She was a barista and it was $8 an hour. Hi, Gina. I had to move back to New York to take care of my father who refuses to move. And mortgage here is like 6,000 per month for an apartment in the hood. Like how yeah, New York is definitely one of those places. And it's this assumption, well, it's New York, so that's just how it is. It's always been expensive. Get my things. It's always been expensive. That's how it is. No, like who can pay this? I grew up in the Bronx but don't want to pay them prices. I don't blame you just to live there at this point in my life. I don't blame you. I moved here. It's like I watched it happen in real time. I moved here in 2019 to Arizona from South Florida, who was, by the way, which is, I couldn't even touch it there. Their home prices in the areas that I wanted to live in, which was like Boynton Beach area, um, not really even Fort Lauderdale. Like I wanted to, yeah, Boynton Beach. I wanted to kind of stay there. I was even going to go further up to like Jupiter, Florida, somewhere, on the coast, but not that far. I didn't want to be in Miami. Like half a mil for what I would want. 400 plus thousand at least. So I come here and I see houses for like 200 something thousand. And I was like, oh, finally reasonable. 300. I was 300. Okay, cool. Um, and then 2020 came. And in the middle of a pandemic, like how I don't everything just went haywire. Prices went up. And next thing I know, I can't afford anything because where I'm living now and where I would like to live, it went from 300-ish to $600,000 for a house, for like a three-bedroom house. Um, and they went down a little bit here, but like I still see stuff for like like $500,000. So I'm back in this situation again. I watched Brittany React's new video before this live, and she was talking about the state of Hollywood. And she said one of the actresses on Orange is the New Black, she got paid $20 in a year just for 52 episodes. See, it's the streaming thing. And yeah, my parents, especially my dad, talk about possibly moving and selling the house and land. Please don't let them do that. When they pass, I get the house and land. Hi, Richard. How are you doing today? I'm doing well, thank you. No, don't do that because you need that. I mean, I look at people like well, my kids. My daughter is 27, and I'm thinking, how in the world is this girl like? She's a nurse now, and she's just starting. Even if she busts her butt, she could get something nice. It's maybe she doesn't want a single family house. Maybe she wants a condo. So it doesn't have to be that. But damn, it's gonna be expensive. Like she's gonna come in. I mean, she's got student loans. She went to University of Miami, and she had the scholarships. And I homeschooled her, so the first year she actually didn't have to pay for, and she only went there for 3 years. But her debt is ridiculous. Just for those 3 years, it's like 50 plus $1,000 a year for University of Miami. It's crazy. Um, so she has student loans that she's going to have to contend with. And then she went to nursing school and she had to deal with that. She was actually on a path to becoming a doctor. She was pre-med and she applied for medical schools and that went on for a couple of years and she just didn't get in. She was across the country and she didn't get in. And that's a not fun thing to find out as well. You think, oh, well, if you have the grades and you went to a good school, like you should. Yeah, there's a whole thing with that too. And she know. So affirmative action my ass because she they didn't work for her. A free home and an acre and a quarter of land. That's expensive today. Yes, it is. Houses in our area are going for at least mid 600,000. Exactly. Um, and what bothers me is just the out of touch of the boomers who, and I'm Gen X, if you hadn't figured that out. So we know, and I think they said in the last couple of years the number one like age group that actually purchased a house were people in my age range in their like in their 40s, like mid to late 40s. That's the demographic that was actually in a position to buy a house. It's not the people in their 30s who statistically like late 20s and 30s you're getting your first house. How even if you go out in the middle of nowhere trying to buy land, it gets pricey because they're hip to that too. So, oh, well, how about this? I'll live in a trailer. I'll just, a mobile home. Oh, they're hip to that, so they raise the prices of that too. Houses in our area are going, oh, 600,000. Oh, wait, I read that already. Let me tell you, I'm And my goal is to try to use my talents effectively. I want to work on using my psychic abilities to some what end that I can, if it comes to me, for that missing young lady. I want to in Alabama. I want to hex these politicians. Ron DeSantis. I have family in Florida, so this is not that. Even if I didn't have family, I would still hate what's happening there. Um, I hate when don't you hate when people, yes, I hate. I hate when people say, oh, don't hate something. It's too much energy to hate. Whoa, as a energy worker, Yeah, I want that hate because I can work with that. I can transmute that. Please don't let anybody tell you, oh, don't hate something. No, I can hate it. Especially if it's irrational decisions. Like what I don't even want to get into Ron DeSantis. Like this man has to go. This man has to go. May he never become president. May that other person never come back into the White House. May he be arrested and jailed. Ah, my dad is always telling me about the articles he reads, and I'm like, read an article on this economy. Yeah, they're out of touch, like legit, legit. My mom, I love my mom. She's a hip mom for the most part, but she floored me and my sister one time. So we're all talking, and she was like, "Just take your income tax return and use that as a down payment and go buy a house." That was a collective pause because we were like, first of all, how much money do you think people are getting back in an income tax return? Let's start there. And how much do you think houses cost? Good point as an energy worker, but even better as a human being, right? We have these feelings, don't demonize and don't push down exactly. Now, where I think feelings of hate, now here's the thing, I think they should be explored. Because if I hate a person or a group of people, why do I hate them? I'm going to do the work to examine that. But again, as witches, we are open to shadow. Well, most of us are open to shadow work. Um, and I want to examine that. You're working with spirit guides. You're in touch with your subconscious, your higher self, and so you question, where's this hate coming from? If I truly did hate people, you know what I mean? Um, where's it coming from? I would be questioning that. We know these people don't question that. But if I hated a group of people, I would want to know why. Why? So if I hated myself, my own, the people I come from, if I did, I would want to know why. I can answer that question. Um, you know, Internal, BS of the years, hundreds of years, and ongoing hate toward people who look like me. So you internalize it. So that makes sense, right? So it's just exhausting. That man can never become president. No. And I'm glad you did the quotes. No, he cannot. And I do think if you just take some time and let's just do a little something, something. Listen, all those witches that work with Donald Trump, and people thought, oh, well, it's not working because he's still president. And then one day he didn't win. And then he was no longer the president. So that spell works so good that his supporters still think he's the president, but he's not. So, that's some magic at work. So if that worked collectively, if us witches, and here's the thing, you don't have to make a declaration. Just do it. I mean, you can choose to say that publicly, but just work some spells. When you get a chance, work a spell to strike that man down. And whatever that looks like, put them in a jar. Yo, we should just collectively do a Ron DeSantis jar. Maybe I'll do something like that. I won't, because I don't, the world we live in, even though I'm doing that, somebody could report me and think it's something else. So we'll just say, someone you dislike, here's what you can do. Yeah, or a freezer spell um, for his career, put it on freeze. Um, because we are a little bit more evolved emotionally, we don't, wish death on people publicly anyway. But you know, sometimes I wonder, maybe you're not going to work out here in this lifetime. Like maybe this isn't going to work out for you. And I don't think it's up to us to decide that people should die or not make it. But to some reason, term like in this lifetime, maybe it's just not a good fit for you. Um, Maybe it's not a good thing. Maybe you shouldn't be here. Agreed, Gina. He should have his rights revoked to run for president, his rights to be called president, his rights to be protected as an expert. Oh, that man who I won't name. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, that one. How can you be indicted for something and still run for president? He's actively campaigning, by the way. Um, I mean, he's a little more delulu. than the other guy, DeSantis. So I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know. I'm no longer of the mind. When he won the first time, I wasn't. I don't want to say I wasn't surprised. I was disappointed. Um, but when you were not a hetero white male, you're not really surprised by anything, stuff like that, because you realize just how much hate fuels things. Again, which is my hate can fuel things. It can get some stuff done. You just have to be able to transmute it effectively. But let me go over the things that I got because I did say I wasn't going to be able to be on here long. Cauldron from Michaels. I love this like grayish color. It looks like black in person, but with the light, it looks more gray. And it's basically just pottery, so you can use this for plants or whatever you want. But yeah, this is everything. And I used the 20% off coupon. If you get the app at Michaels for Michaels, you'll get the 20% coupon. So I spent like $15 on this. Yeah, $15.99 on this. So that's pretty cool. I got this cool lantern, which I plan on doing some witchy spell work with this. Yes, you can just have a candle in here. Yeah, I have lanterns for that. But I was thinking of like containment spells, or even like something I'm manifesting, setting it up like a kind of like a 3D vision board and using like miniature versions or even pictures and stuff like that so I can look at it. So that was one thing. And that was $12 because it's 70% off because it's considered summer stuff. And then I got, poor girl. Then I got the little fairy girl here, and she's holding like a little crystal ball. And this little house, so this was like $2 and change. And this was like really cheap as well. So this is going to be I work with Fae energy because I do. And then to tell you my complete truth, we should ship him to an island out in the middle of nowhere and take his citizenship away, let him defend himself. Exactly. From Five Below, I picked this up, and it's an XL because Five Below shirts always shrink on me, so it'll shrink down to a regular size that I can fit on. But anyway, yeah, this is so cute. So it has like the elements, and it says mystical life. So it's like a really cool witchy shirt. Also, Five Below, I found my keychain with my zodiac sign, and I love the colors. It's so pretty. So Aries, that's me. Still at Five Below. This is not quite witchy, but where I do some witchy stuff at my desk. I got a desk mat, and it has like all these cute organizers and stuff like that. So I usually get this on Amazon. It is not $5, so this is a cool thing to have. And I like pink. I got from Amazon the Moon Goddess um, Diary. Yeah, Moon 2023 Moon Goddess Diary for the Northern Hemisphere, a year's journey of love, connection, and support, a journey back to you. So the illustrations in this book are really pretty. It was $5 during Prime, but it got bumped up to $10. This is just some of the imagery. That's October, um, September, and it just talks about certain, like this is Celine, and it talks about certain goddesses and give you information. There's prompts and stuff like that. August is Luna. Beautiful, right? Did I skip July? Yeah, I did. Ooh. There's a self-care section about exercise and crystals and all that sort of stuff. This is July. So pretty. So, yeah. And just so you know what June looks like, or January, excuse me, I'll get to that. It's Oshun. Oshun. So pretty. So this is a really cool book, and there's prompts, journal prompts here, and you just here's where you write. You read that and you write. So I like where there's something here you kind of read. If you choose to write something, you can, or you can just write some notes in here and jot down how you feel. So really cool book, by the way, and the Rock Pool. This is one of theirs. I guess there's public Rock Pool Publishing. The cards that I actually, you know what? I happen to have the book right here. The Witch's Apothecary, also by Rockpool. So they make those Seasons of the Witch Oracle. They publish those. So I'm really digging this company. I actually wrote to them um, in support on their website because I talked about the Seasons of the Witch Oracle for Maybon, and I just purchased them. So it came with this bonus material. So use that code. They have really cool bonus materials like spreads, rituals, magical recipes. It's like a lot too, and like 15 things or so, like more than 10 things, and I couldn't get access. Like I used the QR code and I tried it on my computer. I tried it on my phones, like iPad. Like I tried it on different devices. It wasn't working. So I wrote to them. I emailed them. The support thing on the website. I did that, and they responded relatively quickly, like within a day or so. And they went ahead and just sent me the link and let me access all the information. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, I'm kind of digging on that company right now. So yeah, that was all the things, and of course this book here, which I'm actively reading. Full review coming up. Inspiring creativity through magic. So it's really an interesting read so far. I wish I was further along, but I'm not. It's only 200 pages, so I should be done quickly. I'm hoping to have this wrapped up so I can talk about it next weekend because I really want to get into that book. She's one of my favorite authors. I follow her as well. She wrote Intuitive Witchcraft, which I'm rereading. So yeah, I really dig her and her the way she thinks, the way she writes. If they redesign the other decks with that art style, oh, you'll buy them. But with their current style, it's no except for the Maybon. It looks good. Now they're coming out with M bulk, so maybe you'll like that. I know that's coming, so maybe that will make maybe that will do it for you if you see. I honestly, I just think they got better um, over time. Beltane is pretty good. I like the artwork for Beltane. I think that's where it started getting really good. Oh, Gina, you love Astro Taylor's books, right? So yeah, so I'm reading this. I'm really liking what I'm reading so far. So far so good, but I want to give a complete review and go all in. So I will have this wrapped up by next weekend for sure. Because I take note. It takes long because I'm highlighting and I'm taking notes because I want to talk about it. And I mean, I'm enjoying, but I want to really like receive this information and think on it so I can collect my thoughts and be able to properly discuss the book. So that takes a little longer than just, scanning. She liked the post I made about her book and comment, and I was fangirling. Me too. Oh my God, please don't. She's like, oh my God, you have no idea how much I fangirled about that. Same, same. Yesterday, my dad and I went to historic Wickenburg. Oh yeah, I've been there before, or been through a bunch of times on the way to Vegas, and we found that there's a new crystal shop. Ooh, girl, I wanted to buy so many crystals. I bought two crystals. Okay, first of all, I had that experience when I went to Sedona. I wanted to buy all the crystals, but you know what? I plan on going up that way soon, so I may make a little stop there. A red moss agate point and a polychrome jasper heart. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Um, yeah, they had some nice selenite, big chunk pieces of selenite in Sedona, and they were very reasonably priced. So I don't know. Um, I want to go back to Sedona. I'm still spoiled from that. Let me tell you, Sedona just felt magical. Wickenburg is a really cool place too. You are right. It's cool like that. It's historic. I don't know, it gives fun. But my goal is to get around more Arizona. I've been to Flagstaff. So no, I've been to Prescott. No, I've been in Flagstaff too. Yeah. I didn't stay very long, but I was there. But I want to stay and I want to explore. Although from my understanding, they don't really have like nice hotels there. That's what I heard. I don't know. Um, and I'm a little bougie. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a little bougie. I like some nice stuff. At least where I lay my head at, I want it to be nice. The shop is really small, however. He said that they have an OG shop further up the road that's 5 times bigger. The guy was nice, and his wife got him into this. She runs the other store. Cool. Oh, she got him into selling crystals. You know, she's probably a witch or some sort of new age pagan or something like that. That's what we do. But I'm gonna wrap it up because I really do have to go. I got some stuff to do. Thank y'all for coming and interacting with me. I appreciate y'all. And if you are inspired, I went to Michael's for the cauldron. Like, this is the big one. They have a smaller one. Like, think of the possibilities. And it's so smooth and nice. And I'm thinking like putting a sigil or something like that in it. And I don't have 100. First of all, I want to go get another one already. I want to get the smaller one. So, and check out, they have stuff 70% off for summer stuff, like this lantern. So this is the bigger one. They have a little bit smaller one as well. This was $12. So yeah, check that out too right now. And you can get a lot of witchy stuff there. So I will end it here. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their weekend. And I'm going to get to what I got to get to. And it's officially, in my mind, spooky season. So let the Halloween decorations begin. They're planning on moving into the shop next to them that is bigger than the temporary storefront. Oh, cool. You know what? I will check back in about that when I know that I'm going to go there because I want to go to Vegas soon. All right, bye.